Hey friends, and welcome back to my sister's TBR. I'm Rebecca, and brace yourselves, I somehow managed to outread Stacey this month. Don't know how it happened either, but the receipts will be shared.
I'm still emotionally recovering, but she's right. July was a wild one, and while I didn't read quite as much, I did read some gems.
Today we're recapping every book we tackled this month, from the 5-star favorites to the ones that left us blinking at the final page, like, that's it. And of course, we're diving deep into our featured read, Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry.
And when we say deep dive, we mean book club mode activated. We're talking themes, favorite quotes, emotional damage, the whole Henry-verse of it all.
So grab your favorite mug, get cozy, and settle in. July may have scorched our lawns, but it blessed our TBRs.
So let's get into it. This is your official My Sister's TBR July wrap-up, and I guess Rebecca's redemption arc.
Heck yes. Let's go.
So we already know that you read more than I did, but let's get some numbers here.
Okay. I think I read 5 this month.
That is a good month. And I know, like you said, like you've been reading short stories, but that's still...
It all counts.
It all counts. That's still really, really good. I have absolutely no excuse. I read 3 books this month. One of them was the featured read. So, I'm just going to say that I am in a really bad reading slump. I have finished... The 3rd book that I finished was July 10th, I think. And I have been, I've been picking up books constantly, trying to get back into, trying to get back into reading, and it's just a struggle. It's a struggle. I'm not able to concentrate. My brain is all over the place, and I don't know. I just feel overworked and just overwhelmed. So,
yep, understandably so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
It's totally okay. We can have slow months.
Exactly. Exactly.
Quality versus quantity.
Yep. Exactly.
Okay, you start us off since...
Oh my god. When was the last time I started this off? So I have no idea.
Last year sometime, maybe?
Probably, yeah. When I wasn't so mentally ill. Which is ironic, because I'm mentally ill now. So here we are.
But see, there's a point where it goes so far that it really benefits your reading goal.
Oh, God. Okay. So I was currently reading this during our mid-month episode, With Any Luck by Ashley Poston, which is the 5th in the Improbable Meet Cute, which is really, like, I wish I found this during, like, February month, because it's all about, like, Valentine's Day, you know. But honestly, it's fine. It's getting me through right now, so it's okay.
It was meant to be now.
Meant to be. This is a romance, obviously, and only 43 whopping pages.
Ooh.
Audrey Love is cursed to be the person before you find your soulmate, the girl you dump for the true love. So when her best friend disappears hours before his Valentine's Day wedding, Audrey fears that she did the unthinkable and kissed him at last night's bachelor party. With help from the best man, she retraces her steps to find the missing groom and, with any luck, a true love of her own. That's it.
Wow.
Yep. So again, I rated this a 4. I think mainly just because I took a long break in between, like halfway in between, and I was like, I kind of forgot
Mm-hmm.
you know?
I think that's
So
one of the
that
downsides to such small books too, because
yeah.
it's like a blip.
Yeah. So that's
Mm-hmm.
on me. So like if I finished this in one sitting, I would have given it a full 5 stars. Like I loved their banter back and forth, and then like so basically this guy is like someone that she hooked up with, I think, in college, and then just they never ever talked again. Like they end up like rekindling obviously when they're like both trying to find the missing groom. Yep. Ended pretty good. I liked the ending. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it obviously ends as you expect.
I love how her books, she has that like magical realism in it, you know?
Yeah.
I absolutely adore her books. I don't know why I didn't read this one.
You need to. I mean, 43. That might get you out of your slump.
Maybe.
So easy.
I'll load it up tonight.
Yeah. I love how she, like, this whole time she's, like, freaking out thinking that she ended up kissing him. But, spoiler alert, she didn't kiss him. It was someone else.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 10 out of 10 recommend, though. Super short, super easy to read. I loved her, like, the way that she described things. Just like the character, like the personality that she put into the characters. It really only focuses on like her, Audrey, and Theo.
Oh, Theo.
Theo. So that's the bride's best friend. So it's kind of like swapped. Like he's her maid of honor, and Audrey is the best, like the best man for the groom.
I love that.
Yeah. Loved it. Because now she's like, are you mine? Because, like, the person that she kissed, and they're still together, like, the next day. Mm-hmm. Right? So she's like, did you just meet your one true love? Is it me? Anyway. Loved it.
Amazing.
What was your first one?
I can't even really talk about my first one, which is sad because it's the 4th Throne of Glass book.
Gotcha.
Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. So I can't talk about it because there is so much to spoil if I were to even read it, the description.
How about your feelings? What did you rate it?
5 stars. I am devouring the series. Like I am obsessed with the way Sarah J. Maas writes her characters. Like literally, it could be the villain, it could be the hero, and she still writes them in a way that there's just so much life to them. You know? I need
to read that series so bad.
It's so good. I seen a video earlier today that was a man was there with the book, and he's like, if you want to get your partner, your husband, your boyfriend, whatever, to read this book, he said, tell them it's John Wick.
Oh, and interesting.
It really, he started listening to all the scenario, like all of the comparisons between John Wick and Selena from Throne of Glass, and it was just spot on. I mean, it really is. The only difference is that, like, as much as I love John Wick, Keanu Reeves, his character, like, there's nothing there. Like, there's barely any lines. There's barely any personality other than just kill, kill, kill. Again,
and love for his puppy. For his puppy.
Yes. Still absolutely love the character, the movies, whatever. But then, like, Selena has all of this, like, personality. She's so sarcastic, and she's, like, a badass, and it's not guns, it's daggers. It's just phenomenal. So anyways, that's apparently how you convince your partner, your male partner, to read Throne of Glass. If there's that, like, ooh, is it a chick flick? Is it, it's really, it's not. It's like, yes, you're in the mind of like female assassin, but it's still just, it's phenomenal. It's such a great
Sick.
story. Yeah.
Ugh.
So yeah, 5 stars. This whole series so far, other than the Assassin's Blade, is like the prequel to it all. And that's like 4 or 5 short stories, novellas in the one.
Oh, right.
And that sort of like
Yep.
sets up some of the other stories, novels. So that one I think I rated lower because I really like, I had my issues with that, but that's beside the point. So other than that, the actual series itself, like the core books, have all been 5 stars. I mean, I'm pretty
That's
sure
impressive.
I'm pretty sure literally every book Sarah J. Maas has wrote that I've read, I've rated 5 stars. I'm like 90% sure. I
Sounds
just feel
about right, honestly.
I just feel very connected to the entire Maas universe.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Is it true that she's releasing it? Like, yeah, she's releasing a 6th ACOTAR book.
ACOTAR
right?
6, yeah. Mm-hmm. And before you read it, you have to read Crescent City.
Damn it. I mean, I've been wanting to anyway. It's just so, they're so big. But I need to read it on my Kindle so that I'm not intimidated. Yeah.
The graphic audio is pretty good for it. I listened to that and it hit me hard, those books.
Okay.
And it was literally just like listening to a movie. It was fantastic.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah. I can see like a lot of people tend to not like doing the graphic audios for like big fantasy, stuff like that, because they feel like it's overwhelming. There's a lot going on, because you've got your sound effects in the background. You've got like, there's music playing, but it didn't bother me not one bit. Yeah.
So immersive.
It is. And it's so great for me where I can't picture as I'm reading it. Listening to the graphic audio just really brings the scene to life for me.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's really fun. Yeah.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm. What was your next one?
Then my next one was Beach Read by Emily Henry, which I also talked about in our mid-month episode.
I love it.
So Beach Read by Emily Henry is 358 pages and it is a contemporary romance. I've never read this many romances back to back since like we very first started this podcast, I think.
Yep, probably.
Augustus Everett is an acclaimed author of literary fiction. January Andrews writes best-selling romance. When she pens a happily ever after, he kills off his entire cast. They are polar opposites. In fact, the only thing they have in common is that for the next 3 weeks, they are living in neighboring beach houses, broke and bogged down with writer's block. Until one hazy evening, one thing leads to another, and they strike a deal designed to force them out of their creative ruts. Augustus will spend the summer writing something happy, and January will pen the next great American novel. She'll take him on field trips worthy of any rom-com montage, and he'll take her to interview surviving members of a backwoods death cult, obviously. Everyone will finish a book, and no one will fall in love. Really. Bullshit.
We know the difference.
Yeah. So I rated this a 5. Obviously, the typical enemies to lovers. Obviously. I loved how it starts off with him like not believing that like romance novel is not real.
Mm-hmm. So cynical.
Yeah, and I loved how it was like not just a love story, but it was about like grief, forgiveness, and redefining what happy endings even mean. I loved it. Loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Her books, she's like an auto-buy author for me. Whatever she puts out, I'll read and I'll love. Yeah, six books, other than She wrote two in 2006. No, sorry, 2016 and 2017. Um, that I think were more YA. It was sort of like before she hit her stride, I think.
Hmm.
So, okay. So speaking of like really good books that have like that just summer romance beach read feel, I've read,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the reason why I'm in my book slump.
Oh, damn. Okay.
If it's a good reason, it's just it sucks. So I read Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. And I read it and finished it like within, I don't know if it was like 24 hours or like a little bit over 24 hours. It was like, I could not put it down. Could not
Okay,
put it
damn.
down.
I may have seen the cover before, but I don't recall knowing anything about it.
Mm-hmm. She's a Canadian author. It was like, she's been big with Indigo, especially last summer, earlier this summer, I think, because she released a new book and like Indigo was really pushing like her books. So you
Okay,
might have
damn.
seen it from that too. But yeah, so this was a contemporary romance, 320 pages, and this one was published in May 10th, 2022. So it is a few years old, but
Hmm.
oh, I devoured it. Devoured. Okay. So the description. They say you can never go home again. And for Persephone Fraser, ever since she made the biggest mistake of her life a decade ago, that has felt too true. Instead of glittering summers on the lake shore of her childhood, she spends them in a stylish apartment in the city, going out with friends and keeping everyone at a safe distance from her heart. Until she receives the call that sends her racing back to Barry's Bay and into the orbit of Sam Florrick, the man she never thought she'd have to live without. For 6 summers, through hazy afternoons on the water and warm summer nights working in his family's restaurant and curling up together with books, medical textbooks for him, and work in progress horror short stories for her, Percy and Sam had been inseparable. Eventually, that friendship turned into something breathtakingly more before it fell spectacularly apart. When Percy returns to the lake for Sam's mother's funeral, their connection is as undeniable as it has always been. But until Percy can confront the decisions she made and the years she spent punishing herself for them, they'll never know whether their love might be bigger than the biggest mistakes of their past. So this book is told over like the
Oh.
course of 6 years of their like childhood together, growing up every summer on this lake. And then in the present time, which is just one weekend. So we're,
Okay.
yeah, flipping back and
I love
forth.
that.
Oh my God. And it's so like nostalgic. Like, I did not grow up on a lake. I did not have a lake house. I did not have a boat that I went out in. But for whatever reason, this book made me nostalgic for a childhood that did not exist to me.
That has a lot of power.
It
Goodness.
does. When I wrote my review for this on Goodreads, now normally I don't write reviews unless I have like a big reason to write it. I said, sometimes, read always, I'm the type to jump into giving a book a glowing 5-star right after finishing it, but then I sleep on it, let the initial buzz settle, and sometimes I start second guessing myself. Did it really deserve all that praise? Was it more of a solid 4-star read after all? But here's the thing. Over 24 hours later, and Every Summer After is still riding that high at the glorious 5-star peak. There's no crashing down from the summer high. Everything about this book felt like I was wrapped in sunshine, kissed by a warm breeze, and gently rocked in a boat on the lake. Did I grow up on a lake? Nope. Do I wish I had a cottage by one? You bet. Every page had me longing for a life that wasn't mine but still felt home in some way.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want a book that will give you that like nostalgic feel for your childhood summers, this will do it.
I just added it.
Oh my God. Like, her writing, the relationship between the two characters, how human they were. Because I mean, they make mistakes and it's not pretty. Their relationship that they've had is messy. And it's just
Sounds realistic.
exactly. People had issues with this because like, oh my God, like I couldn't get past this, or like how could they do this? And it's just a fact that that's life. Life is messy. You're going to make mistakes. So I love how she wrote it. I love how she didn't try to like I don't know, like glamorize the mistakes that were made. It was just like this really
It
fucking
happened.
sucked. It really sucked. It happened. Here's how we're going to get through it. I love it.
That's so realistic.
It
What
is.
the hell? Okay.
I have been trying to find another book that has grabbed me quite like this one did, and I haven't yet. So every time I start a book, and I have tried, like I've started 2 others of her books, which I think will still be just as good as this one. I'll still really enjoy it, but I'm still stuck wanting more of this book.
Yep, to fill that void. Yep.
Yeah. But this summer will be different. That's her most recent one. But they all still have that same feeling of like Canadian childhood, summer, whatever, right?
Oh, I love that.
Oh. Yeah, she tweeted, or not tweeted, sorry, but she put on social media, Instagram, I think is where I saw it. She had some like pictures taken of like where she's currently researching like for her next book.
Ooh.
And a lot of people were commenting, thinking, saying that they couldn't figure out if it was BC or if it was Newfoundland. And I was so hopeful it would be Newfoundland, but I think more of it is BC. I think it's going to be BC. Because at one point she posted a picture of like a deer that she's seen, and we don't have deer here. That was like literally the only picture that looked like it, wasn't Newfoundland. I know. So, but I'm hopeful. She's already hit, like, there's some Nova Scotia, there's some PEI. This one is Ontario. So if her next book is going to be BC, maybe the book after that will be Newfoundland.
Exactly. Yep, we can just keep waiting.
Yeah. Or I don't know if she just figures like PEI and Nova Scotia is close enough to Newfoundland. But I want a romance based in like the most like bay.
Can you imagine?
Give me like a lobster or crab boat romance.
Hey, it's probably out there somewhere.
Probably. But yeah.
Love it. Well, I've added it to my TBR.
Be prepared to become obsessed with the characters and her writing. Because I was.
Okay.
It was definitely giving like Emily Henry, Christina Lauren, that vibe of storytelling. Yeah.
Okay. Well, right up our alley.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh God. Like now I just want to go back to her book. So maybe my book slump has just been like not being able to talk about it. And now that I'm like
to get that off your chest.
Oh. Yeah. I think that's what it was, because now I'm like super excited.
Okay.
So that's all of my books until the featured read. So
okay.
Take it away, Renee.
It's gonna be a bumpy ride. Well, I have one, and then the book, the featured. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is perfect. Okay. My next book was, I think we talked about this in our June mid-month episode of new releases for the month. I'm fairly confident. The Ex-Wives Club by Sally Hepworth.
We did.
Okay.
Oh, I'm
this
excited.
Is a mystery thriller, which I don't recall it being a mystery thriller. Maybe just a mystery. A whole 83 pages. So this is number 2 in the Alibis collection. The Amazon stories. I want to read more of that.
Is that the one where Death Row... Oh. Death Row is, the first book in that collection. Okay.
Okay. I rated this like a 3. Like, it was good, but again, it's just so hard, like, with short stories. I find it's, like, hard for me to,
Yeah.
you know?
I know.
Celebrity chef Ian Curley is found dead in his walk-in freezer. The prime suspects are his 3 ex-wives, who meet up every Friday evening in their favorite corner booth of his restaurant. It's a tradition for Anita, Mary Jane, and Rosie to drink, dine, and commiserate, but commit murder, all aggrieved. Each one has a motive and an alibi, and a brilliant detective has reservations. Who did it? The night will tell. That's literally it.
Okay.
So it's in third person writing. So I find, like, when I bounce back and forth between first person and third person, it's like my brain struggles sometimes if it's, like, not written well, but this was good. Each chapter goes back and forth between, like, interviewing each different family member and restaurant staff of the night of the murder, and then goes back to like the night of the murder. So, like, I love different timelines like that, even though it's literally only in the difference of a day, but it's like each chapter is like leading up to him actually, you know what I mean? Like, it's anticipated, like, you know what's gonna happen, but you just don't know who it is.
What was the Gillian Flynn book that we read? Dark Places?
Yeah. Dark Places. I loved that.
I keep comparing
Loved it.
Books that do that have that like leading up to the conflict or whatever. That's what always comes to mind is Dark Places and how well they wrote that out.
Oh my god. That was literally phenomenal. I loved that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then obviously Ian was a dick. I fully deserved to freeze to death in his freezer. Shocking, but yes. Sally referred to him as a Kevin Costner type of man. So, like, that, you know, like the power and, like, tall and handsome, but, like, ruggishly handsome, you know? So I was like, okay, I get it. The 3 of his ex-wives are all 10 years in the difference. So one is like 50 and then 40s and then 30s, and now his new girlfriend is like 25. Oh. Like, oh my god.
Hey.
So anyway, I loved their relationship between the 3 of them. The 25-year-old wasn't part of their group yet, like the new girlfriend, but yep, it was very interesting. There was some humor there between the 3 of them, but, like, I wish it was longer. So I think I will really like the retirement.
Yeah.
That book that we were just talking about.
The retirement plan?
The retirement plan. Yep, I think I'm going to really like that. Because if it's, like, anything kind of similar to this, I think that'll be good.
What is the movie with Cameron Diaz? Other Women? The Other Woman? The Other Women?
Yeah, The Other Women, I think.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Where, like, the 3 of them team up to...
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I love
thing.
That. I love that movie. So that's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
Me in mind of.
100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't understand why it got labeled thriller, because there's literally nothing.
Weird.
Nothing. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Other than the featured read.
I'm so excited to talk for the featured read. Okay. So, I guess I could just read out the gist of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so our featured read was Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry, of course, because it's July, and if you're new here, every July we feature an Emily Henry book.
Heck yes.
We haven't stopped yet. So hopefully next summer we have another new Emily Henry to do. If not, then I guess we'll be doing one of the other 2 that we haven't featured. Right? No, 3 that we haven't featured.
Let's not read any more of her books until then.
Not until July. So it's a contemporary fiction, like romance, obviously contemporary romance. Okay. That's something that we have to discuss here. Emily Henry is known for writing her contemporary romances. Like, that's what she reads. That's what she writes. But this book definitely did not give off the same romance vibes as her other books. Definitely not.
Agreed.
This is where a lot of people are getting hung up on and giving her a poor rating for this book because they're like, oh my god, where's the Emily Henry romance? It's different. Read the genre list.
Yeah, literally. Before going in, know what you're going into.
Exactly. There is romance, yes, but the story itself is more of a contemporary fiction or women's lit. Like, that's what the story is. In the acknowledgments, she had, like, it sounded to me like it was going to be her last book. Like, she was saying goodbye. Like, that was what I thought I was reading. Okay? It really shook me because I instantly had to Google, like, I put in the whole part of the acknowledgments and, like, just, what does this mean? And anyways, I did find, like, what I was looking for, but what it was that she is sort of, like, stepping away from the heavy romance, and this is, like, this new writing that she's doing is, like, the...
Interesting.
Yeah. So I panicked for a minute thinking that meant this was the end of Emily Henry's writing. Yep. But it's not. It's just she was just testing out new waters with like, away from the heavy romance. But anyways. Anywho. So the book primarily takes place in Georgia. But there is, like, New York and Hollywood in a midst. Alice Scott is an eternal optimist, still dreaming of her big writing break. Hayden Anderson is a Pulitzer Prize winning human thundercloud, and they're both on balmy little Crescent Island for the same reason, to write the biography of a woman no one has seen in years. Or at least to meet with the octogenarian who claims to be the Margaret Ives. Tragic heiress, former tabloid princess, and the daughter of one of the most storied and scandalous families of the 20th century. When Margaret invites them both for a 1-month trial period, after which she'll choose the person who'll tell her story, there are 3 things keeping Alice's head in the game. 1, Alice genuinely likes people, which means people usually like Alice, and she has a whole month to win the legendary woman over. 2, she's ready for this job and the chance to impress her perennially unimpressed family with a serious publication. 3, Hayden Anderson, who should have no reason to be concerned about losing this book, is glowering at her in a shaken-to-the-core way that suggests he sees her as competition. But the problem is, Margaret is only giving each of them pieces of her story. Pieces that they can't swap to put together because of an ironclad NDA and an inconvenient yearning pulsing between them every time they're in the same room. And it's becoming abundantly clear that their story, just like the tale Margaret's spinning, could be a mystery, tragedy, or love ballad, depending on who's telling it. So 432 pages. I rated it 5 stars. Like, I could not rate it any lower than 5 stars.
Yep, me too.
You too?
Yep.
I loved everything about this.
It was
the
beautiful.
Storytelling, the back and forth, like, between, like, we get Alice's story with Hayden, like, how that's all evolving. They're, you know, is it rivals? Yeah, they're rivals. They're both competing for the one story. Yeah.
Yep.
And then we're also getting Margaret's backstory and, like, everything that she went through, her whole everything.
Yeah. I loved, like, she still, obviously, Emily Henry still kept in her, like, normal tropes, of course.
Yeah.
Like the opposites attract, the banter. Loved the banter. But then with a nice addition of, like, dual timelines, family mythology, and truth versus story. So, like, that was just, it kept it interesting. Very interesting.
I guess we should probably say that there's going to be spoilers here.
Oh, yeah. Shit. Any new people here? We do spoilers for our deep dives. So get out now if you have not read it and you want to read it. Or stick around and just let us spoil it for you and then pretend like you read it. Yeah.
So what did you think of like the characters? Like all like from present time, so like Alice, Hayden, Margaret.
Honestly, I think just like right now where I'm at, and the main thing that like sticks out to me right now is like Alice working through her grief, like processing that. I just think honestly right now, like her character development was a lot, and I think that's who stands out the most to me right now.
Yeah, she was like a refreshing character. Like she was so relatable in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved how she was such a like people person.
Yeah.
She was just always like connected with somebody about something.
Yeah. I'm so jealous about that, honestly. Like I wish I was a people person. Like when she at the beginning of the book when she goes to that pub.
My God.
And there's like two men in bowling uniforms and she's like, "Oh, like let me just plop down here like 2 seats down and like hopefully strike up a conversation." I would sit in the corner on the opposite side of the bar.
You would be Hayden. Because he literally...
There with my book. Yeah, 100%.
Yep. I loved all the little quirks that they brought into it. Like how he always sits in the corner booth.
Relatable.
Yeah, same. Oh, how did you feel about her mom? And how she was like almost always like putting down her work, like what she did at...
I don't like that. Like as a mother, as a family member, you should be supporting whoever it is, no matter what they're doing, even if they're just writing stupid comics in like a newspaper.
Yeah.
Alice is still doing what she loves and it should be supported.
Yep.
Yeah. That's so crazy to me, like to not have that support. And I know like that's realistic. Like there's families out there that are like that. And I'm glad that we can't imagine it, but like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh my God. That should be celebrated either way. So, God.
So Margaret, there was that pretty big plot twist where we find out that Margaret is actually Hayden's grandmother.
Yep.
Right? I was not expecting that. I don't know why I wasn't expecting it because it felt like it would have been something that you could have expected, but I did not expect it. Like she did really, really well writing that twist.
Oh my God. I kind of figured like something was going to come up of something in that realm, but didn't expect that.
No.
Would you have said fuck the NDA and told the person that you were falling for that information, or would you have also distanced yourself and just like been like, hey, nope, I'm out of here? I
think given what we know about Margaret, she grew up in a world where privacy is a huge deal. She grew up in that world where all eyes are on you, your family, all that. I feel that Alice made the right choice in distancing herself, honoring the NDA, because I have a feeling that Margaret would have went for blood if Alice had said anything to Hayden. I really think that was so ingrained in Margaret that I think
that makes sense.
I would have done the same thing as Alice. Like I would not have been able to dishonor the NDA just for fear that like because Margaret grew up in this world of all this privacy being in like the out in the world for everybody to see, like she is definitely the type I would think anyways.
Yeah.
I think where we're getting so much history of Margaret, I mean, I think it would be easy for us to say like no, like she's so sweet, like, you know, we it's a story, so like yeah, like we can try to like or want them to talk about it together, and you know the NDA, who cares, it's just a book. But I think deep down, like if it was real, if these if this was actually happening, 100% I would honor the NDA because I would not want to risk what could happen.
So true.
Yep.
Yep, same. I wouldn't want to take that chance.
No, exactly. And I mean, yeah, maybe she wouldn't actually like care, like in the long run. Like maybe initially she'd be pissed, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to risk it.
Nope, not worth it. Not worth it.
No. How did you feel about the like chapters where it was going back and it gave us like the story chapters where it says their version and then her version, like where they give like a little like gossip or tabloid heading.
I thought that
and
was
then like
so interesting.
I thought that was a really great method of writing the story. It was just a little different.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, is this like fact or is this just
like how much of the
gossip?
truth was stretched to make this headline? Yeah. Can you imagine living a life like that?
No.
Where everything is picked apart and...
I love my privacy.
Me too.
Oh my God.
Me too.
Like, I think about that all the time because, like, I don't follow any, like, tabloid pages, but it just randomly comes up on my either Snapchat or Facebook. Drives me insane. But it's always like, oh, this person is dating this person now. And I'm like, who the fuck cares?
Yeah. Or this person was seen out having supper with this person.
I literally don't care. Give them their peace. If they want to go out and have a fling, go out and have it. Stop picking shit apart. Oh my God.
Or like...
Yeah, no, I would hate it.
Like the headlines where it's, you know, after they split up and now this person is seen out on the town with this person. And it's just like...
Yeah. Okay.
Like, okay. And?
That's like... Yeah.
Matter?
Today, I think it was... Yeah, this morning I seen one of... it was like, 1 month after split... Katy Perry is seen having a romantic supper with Justin Trudeau.
I seen that too.
Okay. Who cares? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did you find, like, were you more engaged with Margaret's history and past or the current Alice?
Honestly, I love the past. I love timelines in books, and I just love, like, experiencing, like, because we mainly get, with books that deal with, like, dual timelines, like, you mainly get the current. Yes. I don't know. I just love going back and, like, being like, okay, so this is what happened to lead up to whatever the situation is now in the present. I don't know. I just love it. It's, like, really nice backstory.
Okay. Something else that we're sisters, obviously. Everybody knows that.
Hence
okay. So let's take a look back at Margaret and Laura's history, like where Laura leaves and goes with the doctor that she was writing back and forth to. Turns out it's like it's a cult that she's in, right? They go months where there's no talk, no communication between her and Laura. Laura writes saying like don't contact me. I'm trying to heal or whatever her words were. I mean, we know it was all like brainwashing anyways, but they honored that for like a long time. I think it was years, wasn't it?
A long time.
I feel like it was a long time either way, right?
Yeah.
Where they honored Laura's request to like go no contact. If I did that, if I ran off with somebody that I was hitting up online and he was all like, I'm a doctor, I can help you, but you got to cut off your family. Would you let me?
No. I would look up your location and fly there right away and slap you upside the head.
Exactly. Like I was reading this, and again, I don't know if it's because of like the time difference, like the era that they were in, or if it was just their relationship as a family, like their structure or whatever. But all I could think was, oh my God, if that was Rebecca, Like, I would be
Wouldn't
so
stand a chance.
quick. I mean,
free will, but to an extent.
to an extent. If you start, like, spouting shit like that, girl, like, yeah, you're being, like, dragged home.
Yeah. You're grounded.
I don't know, like, it just floored me that, I guess, in a way, like what were they supposed to do? Maybe. Because, yeah, she's an adult. But,
like, at least go have a conversation, like, face to face and, like, see what the situation is. No.
I couldn't get past that. I was just like, if that was Rebecca.
Not a chance.
Oh,
God. But such a good book, though.
It was.
Like,
and, like, just the back and forth, the being so invested in Alice's story and all of her relationships and her, like, her family dynamics, her friends, who were gems, by the way. And I mean, Emily Henry does that. She writes friendships just as powerful as she writes romances. Like,
yep, so true.
Oh. And then, like, Margaret's history with, like, Cosmo and her sister. Yeah.
Yep.
Eventually, like, Alice and Hayden marry and they have a child. And they also co-write Margaret's book together. Did you like that ending? Did you like how it all tied up like that?
I think yes. Just because at least then, like... Because, like, they were getting different stories from Margaret.
Yeah, that's right.
So, I think, yeah. Yep. I don't hate it. Yeah.
I feel like she did it to appease the romance readers. Like, cluing it up that nice and making it... Which, again, I'm not going to argue that because we are romance readers. That's...
Yeah.
Right. But...
Yeah, at least she didn't completely go too far away from her typical tropes and her typical genres, you know? Changed it up a bit, but still at the end kept it mushy. Yeah.
Did you have a favorite quote?
So I loved the slow burn of this, like, between the two of them, obviously. So I loved how he said, "I think you live in a world that's more interesting than the one most people live in, and I wish I could live in it too." And she said, "I'll take you sometime." And he said, "I'd like that." Like...
So, also, on that same wavelength, like that same... when he says, "It's yours," he offers. I laugh. "Oh, I can have the world?" "Mine." He says, "Yeah, you can have mine."
That was my other one I highlighted.
Yeah. Okay, so there are a few, but, like, another one that I really liked was, "For the one you love, anything. You unmake the world and build a new one. You do anything to give them what they need." And then, I feel like you're mine. Like, you're mine in a way no one else ever has been. I just love it. I love.
I'm glad that it doesn't disgust me anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, overall, who would you recommend this to?
When I was in my romance rut, or anti-romance rut, yep. I feel like anybody who's, like, stuck in that, because it's, like, just it's not, like, overpowering of just, like, your typical, oh, friends to lovers, or, like, enemies to lovers, and then happily ever after. But, like, it is that, but it's not the sole focus of that.
Yeah, you get that in the story, but that's not the story.
Yeah. There's so much more to it. There's so many layers.
Yeah. It's an onion.
Yeah. Ogres are like onions. Yeah. Yeah. Loved it.
Oh.
Loved it.
So, with the Emily Henry books that you have read so far, where does it rank?
My memory is too bad to think back that far. Honestly, somewhere in the middle. I still think Funny Story was my favorite one.
Oh, it was so good.
So far. Where do you rank? Yeah. Where do you rank it out of yours?
Funny Story is definitely up there. I still kind of feel like Book Lovers is my top Emily Henry.
Read it. Oh.
Yeah. But People We Meet on Vacation was also really good, and Beach Read was also really good. Happy Place, I think, is still ranked, I don't know, like a little lower.
Mm-hmm.
But Great Big Beautiful Life, I think I would put that one at like maybe a 3.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like that's fitting.
Yeah.
Yep. Maybe I'll read Book Lovers next.
I think you should.
I've literally had it for, 4 years now? Probably.
Long time.
Yeah. And haven't read it yet. Jeez. Well, I don't have anything else to say. Do you have anything else to say?
No. Well, if you're all still here and listening, don't forget to head over to our Instagram at MySistersTBR and give us a follow. And rate our podcast on whatever app you are currently listening to us on.
Please. All right. See you guys in 2 weeks.
Toodles!